Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader Guide, Jae Heydari build from level 1 to level 36, or should I say for prologue, act 1 and act 2, which covers first 60 to 80 hours of the game. One of the first companions that you're gonna get after act 1. She's a pirate, smuggler, and a very aggressive officer. This build was playtested on unfair difficulty, and if it works on unfair, it will work on all other difficulties as well. Let's go.
Are you ready for Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader? As I am. The Emperor protects.
So, we are preparing Jae to become a Master Tactician, but this time it's gonna be aggressive Master Tactician, which also means that the spells that they give to Jae, once you find her, she already has all the spells maxed out, and this is how Alket made her. So you only get to pick the second tier, okay, what she wants to be. Now let's see what Alket picked for her. I'm not sure if they will allow full respec from level 1, because you can make her like 15 times better, or if it's gonna remain like this. I really hope that you will be able to respec, and then you can create a solid officer out of her, because she's got a lot of wasted talents, especially here in tier 1. Let's check it out and what she's got. She's got voice of command and bring it down. I already explained how it works in all of my guides for the officer. Basically, it's the bread and butter keystone feature for the officer. You go with a voice of command on an ally, give them tons of buffs, and then you tell them to play again with bring it down. Extremely good combo. On the next level, she receives commerce, which is a complete waste. And then after it, she receives to me, which is an ultimate complete waste, where you call an ally, he doesn't trigger attacks of opportunity, he traverses over 20 cells, comes to you and defends you. And this can be way much better, of course. On the next level, she receives Finest Hour, her ulti, one of the best ultis in the game, and a commanding voice upgrade, which is a solid upgrade, a solid talent. After that, it's Fellowship, which she's gonna need as an officer, Master Tactician, and then it's Dodge. This is all fine for the talent, it's Dodge. On the next level is the Lasting Impression, where Voice of Command remains, half of the bonuses remain until the end of combat, which is also a solid talent. Then it's the Fellowship for the characteristic. Then she receives a very good ability called Move Move Move, where you can move allies, and you can also give them extra dodge with a correct talent later on, if they're under the voice of command. And she receives extra movement points with swift movements. After that, it would be March for the talent. For some reason, they again gave her a talent for extra movement points, and you don't need to move that much as an officer, to be honest. It's way much more important to position well. Then is the commerce for the skill checks, and then is the ulti upgrade on the next level with the Finest Hour, upgrade number 1. Allies will deal officer fellowship bonus divided by 2 damage, and until the end of combat, perma effect of the voice of command. Not bad upgrade on her, I guess, but it can be better, to be honest. On the next level, they gave her persuasion, which you don't need basically, and because your main would probably be with persuasion, yeah. And also Cassia has very good persuasion as well. And on the same level, she got ballistics, which is fine. I guess they wanted to make their idea behind Jae Heydari as a pirate officer was to be an aggressive officer, okay? The officer that rarely buffs allies, but the officer that's gonna be able to shoot from afar on enemies, okay? So basically how they intended you to play Jae is 1 or 2 buffs and then you spend points to shoot. While when I created my main officer, he was all about buffing. From first to the last action points, all about buffing, playing again on allies. On the next level, she receives Lead by Example, which gonna bring her fellowship up by +5 whenever she makes an attack. Again, I believe it's a wasted talent. And then it's the ballistics, which is fine. And then at the end, it's Thank God Take Aim, which you can use on other allies for additional damage. And then they gave her solid projectile weapon expert and laser weapon expert. I mean, you either play with one or the other, you just don't play with both. For the next level, they gave her Exemplar of Heroism. Whenever a heroic act is used in combat by any character, officer next attack will cost 0 action points. As I said, they intended Jae, okay, to be aggressive, to shoot non-stop as an officer. The interesting idea, but bad talents. And on the same level, she got Persuasion, which is also a waste. Then they gave her Willpower. Why on earth would they give her Willpower? This is like the biggest waste right now. And the Laser Weapon Expert, and at the end it's the upgrade number 3 for ulti, with Fellowship bonus to temporary wounds. I hope that you will be able to respec, and I hope to see her polished out, to be honest. They got 14 more days to do so, but that's how Jae is right now. And this video and this build could easily change along the way. Once it does, I'll make sure to update. So now she becomes Master Tactician, and this is where you can kinda fix things if you really wanna play Jae Heydari like this. So she receives her bread and butter tactical advantage stacks, and then it's press the advantage which gonna give her additional damage for each stack of tactical advantage. Now, how tactical advantage works: no matter what happens on a map, when someone dies, when someone shoots, buffs, and so on, it depends on the talents drastically, the amount of enemies on the map and so on, you will get those tactical advantage stacks. And once you trigger press the advantage, for each stack you gain a benefit. You can have up to 99 stacks, okay, it can be very good once you start casting abilities. The next level for Jae Heydari, and the thing that I took, was finish the job. Officer will shoot for free at every enemy that's under 50% of HP. Okay, very useful because they intended Jae Heydari as an aggressive officer, so I'm sticking with lore. Aggressive pirate officer, master tactician. So from finish the job on the next level, we're gonna upgrade finish the job with perfect finish and give her 75% chance of a crit. So she always crits and always kills and finishes enemies that are under 50% of HP. That's an aggressive officer. On the next level, she receives an ulti-directed firestorm, and then it's the huge power spike with action points increase, and then we pick ballistics because we wanna be precise when shooting with Jae. Okay, again we're gonna pick ballistics on the next level, and here we're gonna take at the edge talent for Jae Heydari as a master tactician. Basically, I'm taking it more because of extra damage to targets with less than 50% HP than for the healing part. This is a healing and damage dealing talent. Okay, I'm taking it because of the damage, because it's gonna stack at the edge, will stack with this too. So now she is extremely aggressive. On the next level, we're gonna take Linchpin. A linchpin is there so you can trigger your ultis faster. The faster you trigger ulti, the stronger you are. Very simple. That's the ability. And on the next level, we're gonna take in the Hero Footsteps talent. Whenever some of the allies uses ulti, Jae will get an extra turn with extra action points and movement points. Now, Linchpin provides, okay, along with tactical stacks and so on from a master tactician and the resolve and everything that goes towards ulti, Linchpin will provide fast ulti, and then she will play again after an ally uses ulti. No matter what ally uses what ulti, it really doesn't matter, she's gonna play again, which again goes towards the build that she becomes aggressive and she shoots non-stop. On the same level, we're gonna take lore Imperium. After that, on the next level, we're gonna take agility because Alcat forgot that she is very squishy and they never gave her agility during officer leveling. So now in Master Tactician, I'm trying to fix things up a bit and give her agility so she receives dodge. Okay, she can actually dodge something instead of getting hit. She's already very squishy, right? You need to be able to dodge. So that's why the point going to agility. And then they also forget to give her, they gave her solid weapon expert and laser weapon expert. It should have been either solid or laser, and then it should have been it will not die to raise her health. So again, she doesn't get one shot it. Okay, now this is the time we're gonna take It Will Not Die. After that level, we go to the next one and we're gonna take Reliance talent. That's the upgrade for Linchpin. Okay, you can trigger Linchpin earlier. Very good talent for the Linchpin. The next one goes to Lore Imperium, and again we're gonna go into Agility and give her extra dodge chance to avoid enemy attacks. After that is the ulti upgrade, where we're gonna take upgrade number 1 for Directed Firestorm. As I said, we play her to be aggressive. This upgrade number 1 will make her shoot again. Her and the ally, they additionally shoot on top of the ulti shots. Okay, so basically it's triple shot during a round from Jae. On the next level, we're gonna take Hidden Advantage. Hidden Advantage will give her more tactical advantage from her Fellowship bonus. The more stacks of tactical advantage you have, the more Jae Heydari hurts. On the next level, we're gonna take Lore Imperium for skill checks, and we're gonna take Fellowship up for characteristics, because again, she's an officer. Master Tactician, you need huge fellowship as well. For the next level, we're gonna pick a free grenade with Grenadier talent tier 2, and we're gonna learn the final ability called Assign Objective. We're sticking with aggressive Jae. Okay, so we're giving her Assign Objective. You assign enemy as the main target, alright, and now everyone will gain momentum fast. The bigger the momentum, the faster the ulti, plus those that kill the assigned objective will gain perma +5 to all characteristics until the end of combat. And for the next level, we turn the primary objective, okay, the assigned objective into primary objective talent. Now the target that's assigned as a primary objective with assigned objective will receive 7% extra damage from everyone. Okay, again, aggressive Jae, aggressive officer. For the next level, extra dodge with agility, and again, Lore Imperium for skill checks. Then we're gonna learn the talent on the next level, which is called Stacking the Deck. To put it short, whenever you do something with Jae, she's gonna receive stacks of critical hit damage. You're gonna shoot with Jae non-stop, and you want crits, critical chance and critical damage. On the next level, we're going in with Fellowship, and we round everything up with talent, tier 2 talents. Characteristic training into ballistic shows she's gonna be more precise with ballistic weapons. And for the final level, we go with ulti upgrade number 2, where you can use ulti multiple times per combat, but only once per turn. That's the best that I could do to fix Jae Heydari for unfair. Again, there's around 5 or 6 wasted talents for an officer here, but I get the idea and how Owlcat wants you to play Jae, not like a classic officer. They want you to play Jae as an aggressive officer. And there is a huge difference between a defensive officer, support officer, and aggressive officer. You basically, for one archetype, have 3 different builds. And then you add Master Tactician that can also be defensive, aggressive, or supportive. These are both aggressive builds on Jae. Both tiers are aggressive. Now what you should use on Jae? Basically any weapon that's laser or solid, because that's what they gave to Jae. So I'm using Full Hammer to knock enemies out with solid projectiles. There is a pistol with huge armor penetration for bulky and tanky enemies, and there is a pistol with less armor penetration but with damage over time for squishier enemies. So you cover, okay, all types of attacks, area attacks, damage over time attacks, and burst attacks with her weapon set. Okay, could you play with a laser rifle, a solid projectile sniper? Because there are a lot of those in the game as well. Let me see if I got one. For example, laser swarm protector. You can play with that one as well. You can play with solid Mesoa pattern sniper rifle on Jae as well. This is your choice how you wanna play. And for her melee weapon, we're sticking in with Heydari Chainsword in case some enemies get close to Jae so she can finish the job. Now what are the items, the gear that we should use on Jae? Basically we want to use everything that's gonna give her dodge, that's going to give her agility, ballistic skill, critical chance, critical damage, anything that will enhance officer spells, abilities, or master tactician spells and abilities. You know what we took: assign objective, linchpin, play again with bring it down, voice of command, move. So items that provide benefits towards those abilities are the items that you want to equip, no matter if it's trinkets or not. Okay, amulets and so on. Also, armor, you should carry light armor with huge dodge chance. And at the end, as far as items go for the skill checks, Jae is kinda great in skill checks, in tech use, in persuasion, in lore Xenos, in lore Imperium, in commerce. She's absolutely great in skill checks, a real officer. Okay, even though she's an aggressive officer, she's still good at skill checks, plenty of good skill checks. So anything that's gonna provide those skill checks from items is also valid on Jae Heydari. When you play Jae Heydari, you rely on momentum, on aggressive play, with building up your ulti as fast as you can. And once allies trigger ulti, you play again with Jae to stack up more momentum and bring ulti back, okay? That's what aggressive officer is, non-stop ultis. And that's how they intended you to play Jae Heydari, if you wanna stick with the lore. How do we play Jae Heydari? You're gonna get Jae Heydari in Act 2 on Footfall, which means that you will have all of this available and all of this available, okay, from the officer. And then we get all of this during the Act 2. So, what do we use? How do we use? When you wanna start aggressively, you usually want to go with press the advantage, okay, tactical, you use that, and you accumulate stacks, and then you're gonna trigger linchpin to give momentum to allies, you're gonna assign objective, and you're gonna shoot at someone. On the next turn, again you go same, repeat, but then you have finished the job, okay, which deals a lot of damage, and it can one-shot enemies below 50% of HP. The moment when you have ulti, you pick between Directed Firestorm and Finest Hour, which is both are good ultis basically. If you want some other one to hurt, for example, I don't know, Argento or Iliad, you can always go with Voice of Command, into Take Aim, into Bring It Down. Now that depends whether you can reach enemies with your weapons or not. If you're opted in to play with a sniper or with rifles, you'll usually reach enemies from afar. If you will go with pistols like I did over here for plenty of different damage, okay, different types of damage, then you will use officer abilities a lot, as well as master tactician abilities. Now if you opted in for big weapons, then you usually gonna use only master tactician abilities, which means the entire officer is useless. And that's why I gave her pistols, to make officer useful and master tactician useful. Do not forget to use and abuse assign objective and finish the job if you wanna play with Jae. It's very important. And do not forget to trigger press the advantage whenever you can, on every round. I have to say it again, she's not a supportive officer, she's an aggressive officer. Your point is to build up momentum fast and trigger ultis as fast as you can while dealing damage to enemies. That will be it for Jae Heydari. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Are you ready for Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader? As I am. The Emperor protects